In a disaster scenario, how would you swiftly navigate your way out of a bustling city without ample funds or influential connections? Surprised by the lack of sailboat love and here, have one prepared or steal it from harbor, have one scouted beforehand preferably. With the right boat you can cross an ocean without any fuel if needed. These are not super rare extreme, and in a pinch even a slightly less well-built one will get you far. Granted, some pre-knowledge is needed, but you could get very far just with extensive theoretical knowledge. YouTube if you're handy. If landlocked, weather balloon of hydrogen and launch air. No smoking though, that's actually a tough one depending on how bad and how long I'm going to be away or if I can return. Change of clothes, maybe extra pair of shoes, the rest food and water in a backpack. No one is going to care if you smell, also handgun, ID, and I would prefer to take a rifle or shotgun if shit got crazy, but an ability to hide that could make things worse. Then just start walking until you feel safe. Hellcats and SRTs. Pre-EFI box Chevy. Subtleties such living in the least popular part of town or the ghetto, so there's a tribal leadership in place in the event of a major disaster. It goes over most people's head, but living in the hoods and ghettos, hoods or suburban ghettos, high density makes people accept that adapting basic urban survival skills are a necessity. I work in technology in the banking industry. In plain English, my job is to basically prepare for if and when shit hits the fan. If a genuine disaster scenario were to occur, like something out of the World War Z movie, there will be no ATMs. Mobile banking won't be available. I'll just say this: I'll always carry cash with you. As they say, cash is king. Don't use a motor vehicle. Make your way out on foot, stay out of sight as best as possible. Avoid major thoroughfares. Hide in the crowd. Be well armed, but only carry weapons you know how to use effectively. Anything else will be an encumbrance. Failing all that, die quickly so you don't slow the other survivors down. In Canada with the weather, you are still safer by car even if it takes 24 hours to leave city. My car has a range of 1,000 kilometers. Set up camp when I run out of gas, but at least I can sleep in the car and I will have more supplies than if I left by bike. Depending on the disaster, I might only have to wait a few days to gas up again. First of all, on such a situation I would probably only notice it 3 days late. I also would likely die due to my poor fitness state. That being said, a bicycle will work wonders in such a situation. Grab your go bag, and you bike and you are better off than a lot of car people or foot people. On 9/11 there was no swift way out. They closed the bridges and tunnels to traffic and the subways weren't running. If you lived in Brooklyn or Queens you walked across the bridges home. If you lived in Jersey they were running ferries back and forth. Walk. I'd say I'm pretty good at that, and I wear shoes fit for walking everywhere anyway, so in basically any scenario, I'm comfortable walking a good distance. Plus roads would have so much traffic that you'd likely get out faster on foot. In a city, skip the car and bike or walk instead. On normal days, city traffic is congested. It would be worse in an emergency. If you live near water, a canoe or kayak may work better and would not require a car for transport. I wouldn't. When there's a disaster, people work together. If the solution is to get everyone out, then we organize transportation and direct people via the best methods based on their abilities in the changing conditions. Swiftly. Rotten Farts Manor is 36 miles away. Back roads. I know every back road back to Rotten Farts. If that fails, I've got to just walk it. All the way up the mountain. I can do it, but I'm not going to be happy about it. Most cities are on a river, so if possible by boat, human powered or otherwise. Depending on the scenario, that can make you rather visible though. Well, first of all, I wouldn't live in a bustling city. Since I work from home and don't go anywhere, I just wouldn't be in one. Cities suck. E-bike. All the agility and speed to get where I need to go without the size and weight of a car that will get stopped easily by traffic. I agree with the first commenter. Walking might be slow, but at least you won't be stuck in a never-ending line of cars going nowhere, waiting for all you motorcycle fans with a wire across the lanes, then stealing your moto after clotheslining you. Devilish face. I have 2 bridges between me and the continental USA. No way I can get out without being seen or stopped. I am from the Maldives. There is no getting out of the city unless I take a boat, ship, seaplane. Just walk or a bike. FFS. It takes 2-3 hours at most in a big city to get to the city border. I'd ask how on our Ask Reddit. Ah shit, it's already been done. Bicycle. In a bustling city, car traffic jam is guaranteed. I shall use my skinny legs in order to get out of the city. Walking, sticking to the woods and ignoring the roadways.